I welcome everybody today, and I understand every day. You must understand it's a beautiful day. I understand every single day. I make sure I get myself on a nice, beautiful street performance like this, and I start to do my work daily because I understand that what's important is promoting thyself. You understand? I understand every single day I come and promote myself daily. I understand that when I do that, I go and do some nice, beautiful communicational techniques every single day. I understand that when I do that, I go and look at the crowd also, and I make sure every single day you can always find me on Instagram and you can find me on YouTube also. I understand that what's very important today is that I set up also. I understand I make sure that I get up my portraits over here. I understand that what you must realize every single day is make sure that you're doing your best every single day so that you can go and be a peak performer. Because I understand that anybody who wants to be a peak performer daily is one that actually wants to improve. I understand when you want to improve, you're going to do anything that you can to succeed. I understand that's what it's all about. I understand when you want to succeed, you also make sure to envision yourself much better, because those who envision themselves much better than yesterday are the ones who make it better. I understand if you want to make it better today, you have to be somebody far greater than you are. I understand when I do that daily, I'm going to do a street performance where I can, because guess what? I was about to go to nice, beautiful Martin Place, but guess what? I came here at the corner shop of Woolworths in the town hall station over here where the lights are. I understand either way, I'm here to perform because I understand that in 1 hour and 14 minutes, I understand that the sun will go down. I understand I have an Apple Watch to really tell me when the sun goes down and when I can actually do a street performance. So what did I do today? I went and got myself one of these trolleys. I understand when I get my trolley, in terms of this one over here, I went and gave $50 to get this trolley over here, but it helps me with my street performance and it helps me to carry 20 kilos on it. I understand that each and every single day for about 15 days, and around 15 days, I've been walking in and out of my Q-Space Hotel and into Martin Place and into Pitt Street and here in terms of the Town Hall Station. I understand that when I'll go and walk around, I understand I have to carry all these 20 kilos on me. I understand now, because I have a nice beautiful trolley, I can pump my music, I can go and play my music, and I can sing along the way, and I don't have to lift anything except my phones and although I over my phones. I understand every single day when I come here and do a nice beautiful street performance, I make sure I get ready, because what's important is be in front of people regardless. I understand I have 2 hours here every single day. I have 2 hours in Martin Place I can do. I have also 2 hours in Pitt Street I can do. I can do 6 hours of public speaking daily, and I can also go to Opera House over there and speak all day long. I understand either way that it's all 2 hours each for now. I understand either way that I can still manage to make sure that I'm always better than yesterday, because when I do that, I show up in front of a crowd and I do something differently daily, because what's important is understanding how to public speak daily. You have to understand how to promote yourself. You have to understand what's important in your life. I understand I've got some buses over here. I have some buses around me. I understand either way that it's one road. I understand it's one way here in Sydney, Australia. You have to understand either way that if you want to become somebody great, you have to understand public speaking. You have to understand it's really about understanding yourself. You have to understand yourself daily. I understand that anybody who goes and gives ideas daily is one who can perform and outperform everybody. I understand when you outperform everybody, I understand that's why you must be confident. I understand when you become confident, you go and do a street performance daily, because those who understand a street performance understand also how to public speak, and they also understand how to sing, and they understand how to act and do comedy, because they do on the street first. I understand if you want to practice anything in life, you have to practice in front of people. So the best opportunity you can give yourself is come and do a nice, beautiful busking performance or street performance, and understand many people are going to see you. And also, it's a nice, beautiful promotional gig every single day. You can find me on YouTube and also my Instagram. I give a lot of ideas about entrepreneurship and business and life and health and nutrition and veganism. I help you every single day to understand how to remove that weight of yours. I understand I've lost 47 kilos. I also make sure I've maintained it all the way in terms of 2 years now, in terms of my eye. I understand every single day I'm always much more present in the moment, because I understand that what's important daily is your health. I understand health is wealth, and those who understand health every single day are vibrant people. I understand they are really spiritual. I understand every single day when I talk in front of a crowd, I understand I look at the crowd every single day and I learn something about the images of the crowd every single day, because I understand everybody has an idea to give me today. I understand when I give some ideas, I gain some ideas. I understand the more I give, or the more I get in return. I understand when I get something in return, I understand I give more than that. I give something that's really valuable. I give some ideas today because I understand that a promotional technique is something that's worth sharing. Understand anything that's worth sharing today is a business idea, and also anything that's really going to be boosting your mindset today, which is health and understanding nutritional means in terms of the knowledge. You have to understand that if you want to find a passion today, you have to find it in information. Understand, I have a nice beautiful passion here for you today. Understand it's really health and life and spirituality and relationships. I must understand, you must go and learn that every single day. You must learn what relationship is. You must learn what psychology and psychiatry and medications are. You have to understand, you have to learn it. You have to understand, you have to be ahead of time. You have to be ahead of people every single day. Understand, when I come here and do my street performance, I'm not wasting time, because here I am doing my nice beautiful public speaking gig. Understand, I've got some trams, I have some trams coming here, left and right. Understand, left and right is the way to go, but guess what? I realize the best way to go is growth. Understand, if you want to be wrong or right, you never be wrong nor right. You just be something that's much more fashionable every single day. You go promote yourself every single day with those ideas. Understand, when you give yourself ideas, you must be giving that idea of yours every single day. Understand, that's why you have to brand yourself. Understand, when Sylvester Stallone brands himself, understand that's why he's famous. Understand, when Nikola Tesla is so famous, I realize it's because he gives you so many ideas. Understand, when you are somebody of an innovator, you understand Steve Jobs, when he creates a phone, in terms of the iPhone, which is Steve Jobs' nice beautiful invention, or they understand that many phones came before Steve Jobs. You understand? Although guess what? There's nothing as effective as an iPhone today. Either way, understand that you must go and perform and outperform and really understand technical business in your mindset today. Understand, when you understand technical business today, you understand how to really be technical about life in strategies and habits and attitude every single day, and confidence. Confidence is key to the nice beautiful persona that you want every single day. I understand, when I go public speak every single day, I get my portable speaker, I get my trolley, I get my nice beautiful promotional signs over here. You can find me on YouTube, you can find me on Instagram only. I understand either way that my videos can be downloaded. You can download my videos on my Instagram. Either way, you can always make sure that you're going to go and succeed for yourself, because that's what I do daily. I go and succeed daily because what I understand every single day is believing in I believe in thyself all the time, so I can go and raise my standards. I understand, when I raise my standards, I never lower my standards, because those people who go and lower their standards today are the ones who are desperate for some sex with other people. Otherwise, they're very desperate for some sex. Otherwise, they need some sexing. You understand? Because you don't need some sexing, you need some Jesus Christ. I need you to understand that Jesus Christ doesn't need sex from other people. I never need you to have sex with other people unless you're having a kid. I promise you, that's the only time to have a real sexual occasion, is when you're having a kid and when you're creating a kid. And otherwise, it's a waste of time. I need you to understand either way that you're going to delay gratification as much as you can. So delay the food and the drink as much as you can. But make sure you're learning about food and drink along the way, because I understand I save so much time not cooking. I save so much time not having a refrigerator. I understand either way that means I understand that I never go investing in a refrigerator, because I don't need a refrigerator. I don't need a toaster. I'm better than I'm better than I'm better than all of that, because I understand that in my communication skills, I never say and I never say and I never say and 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 e. You understand? Because I understand my communication skills daily. I understand I may make a mistake here and there, but I understand either way, I go and take responsibility for how I speak daily. I understand, when you do that daily, your communication is going to lift. You're going to lift every single day to become the best version of yourself, because what's important is making yourself worth it. I realize when you make yourself worth it today, you're going to learn, you're going to grow, you're going to grow your worthiness. You're going to go and make a blog today, and you're going to make it on something. You're going to go do a blog on a nice beautiful product that you love. I realize any kind of product you love is what your life is. I understand you must stand for yourself. You must understand to stand for information, because those who stand for information daily are the ones growing information in their life. And then when you're doing that, you learn the Bible, you learn the Buddha's Bible, you learn everybody's Bible, which is a book. You understand? I mean, get yourself some books and start learning and reading, and understand if you want to become something great, you have to learn, you have to grow. You understand? I have to be here public speaking to be great. I have to also be rapping. I also have to be singing. I also have to be music production. I have to be doing some music production. I have to make sure that I'm only I have to make sure that I'm pumping my music. Understand, when I pump my music, I never have to listen to other people's music, because I have my own. I understand that when I go and believe in thyself more and more, I go and become more spiritual daily. I go and do something much more that's really not crazy, but understand it's something that grows me. I understand when I grow daily, I'll go become much more than I am, and that's how I really understand to be a fighter of life who's growing only. I never go and cause violence, I never have to cause violence, I never have to be against other people, but I understand I just lift other people. You understand? I understand either way that I am something that's really much more than yesterday. I make sure every single day that you have to understand that everybody is against you today. I'm not against you because I'm lifting you today. I need you to understand either way that those who never lift you are always against you. I promise you, those who never give you some information today are the ones who never love you. I promise you, this world cannot be against you, or else this world must be for you. I understand that this world is always happening for you. I realize that bus is happening for me today. I understand that this crowd is happening for me today. I realize everything's happening for me. Because if it's happening to me, I realize then I'll become a victim. I don't want to be a victim, because everything I make sure it works for me. I make sure the universe and the people of the world work for me rather than I working for other people. I make sure everything is in my advantage today. I realize that when I take advantage, I realize everything is happening in my advantage. I make sure of that. I plan that daily. I plan how to really be specific about what I say, and I say it one word at a time. I make a step here, I come here, and it's about 1 kilometer from Q-Space Hotel, but I walk here one step at a time, you understand? Because I understand that what's important daily is understanding how you're really going to travel throughout life, and who's going to help you, and how are you really going to do it. But understand either way, I have 600 hours of video content every single day that you can come and check out, because I'm something worth it. I'm something that has those ideas daily. I understand when I have those ideas daily, I go and promote it. I go and promote it every single day on the street. I promote my name. I realize 1 or 2 people may see me and then share me around. But I understand either way that the really ones, in terms of the individuals who are really interested in what I have to say, are the ones who are younger in terms of half my age. I understand I have 28 years of age, but guess what? I realize the ones that are 14 today love my knowledge even more than the ones that are my age. I realize the ones that are my age today don't believe anything big of me, because I understand that the ones that are half my age, I do this for something greater. Because I understand that the ones that are my age, already they are losing it. I promise you, most people my age and older than me are really losing it in life. I understand that some people are really younger than me, but I understand either way that I'm the youngest. I'm always the youngest, because I understand my knowledge is increasing all the time. I understand that when you're increasing your wisdom capacity, you don't become older, you become younger throughout time. I understand when I do that daily, I make sure I'm always influencing something. I'm always making sure that nutrition is the way to go. I understand when I have that energy that I need, I can always come to a street performance and go and give my best performance daily. I understand when I do that, I'll go and do something even greater. I understand I go and make sure I vibe. I make sure I go and really understand what I'm saying every single day, because when I understand that way I do my passion much better. I understand that no matter what, I realize my Apple Watch goes off every single hour to tell me what the time is. I realize every single hour my watch goes off. I realize my nice beautiful Apple Watch buzzes me every single hour, because I have to understand the time. I realize when I sleep, I realize my Apple Watch is sleeping in terms of buzzing every single hour. You understand? Because I have to wake up sometimes. I understand either way, I have to be waking up earlier and earlier and earlier throughout life. I never need you to wake up later. I need you to understand to be an early type of guru. I need you to understand that those who wake up early are the ones that are great. You have to be great today. You have to understand worthiness. You have to understand confidence. You have to understand that anybody who can public speak today, or else they can also be confident. I understand I started at Toastmasters for the first year, but guess what? I realize it's too slow. I understand Toastmasters is too slow for me. But guess what? I realize if you really want to start somewhere, I realize start on the street. And if you're not confident enough to start on the street, I realize start at Toastmasters to public speak then. I understand either way, you must go and start right now. I understand that those people who understand communication skills daily are the ones who are really doing something worth understanding. I understand that what is today worth understanding. You must understand I is the most important aspect of life. I understand that those who really do something performing, in terms of they do something that's performing themselves to be greatness every single day, I understand those are the individuals that are going to surpass everybody, because I understand that anybody who wants to communicate their vision is able to achieve it. I understand that no matter what, that today I have a beautiful day because I have a nice beautiful trolley now. I understand that now I can go and relax. I can go do this long term. I realize I never have to carry any of my shoulder bag, and what's in my shoulder bag except for my phones in my pocket. I realize that's amazing. I realize now I can always have a free type of shoulder bag where I understand that no matter what, I'm always something much more than that. I'm always making sure that I'll go and never carry anything around me because I have a shopping trolley, which is a nice, beautiful trolley that helps me with my busking performance. But I understand every single day that I go and do something greater, because I understand that what's important is working smarter and not carrying anything, but making something else carry it for you. I understand if you're doing heavy lifting in life, like I was doing 15 days, I was walking in and out from Q-Space Hotel to Town Hall and backwards for 15 days. I realized that I was carrying 20 kilos on me. I understand that it's really, let's say, heavy lifting. I never need to lift anything. I need to go and be that type of individual who understands a smart way and get yourself a trolley and invest in one and start public speaking on the street with it. I understand you carry your shoulder bag, you carry some food with you, you carry some drinks with you. I mean, carry as many as you want. I mean, carry whatever you want, because the trolley will carry it for you. I mean, even my nice beautiful portrait over here, which is a large portrait, I realize that trolley can carry it. You understand? So either way, I make sure every single day I go and be smart about my life. I understand when I be smart about my life, I'm going to do something much more in terms of my communication. So I look into my communication today, and I understand wisdom. I understand I know nothing but I only. I only know I, because I understand the only dictionary that I really know in terms of the language of my life is I. I understand when I go and really define something in life that is in a dictionary, I know the I only. I only know the meaning of I, because I is something really integrity. I understand really integrity means confidence and courage in terms of I. You understand? Because I never dies. I is something that you must always increase daily. I understand when you go and increase nice in terms of your nice capacity today to have a greater perspective in yourself, to go and public speak and give some ideas today. I promise you, give it on the street and you'll boost your confidence day in and day out. I promise you, it's the only way to live when you're going and helping others to succeed, rather than going chasing sex with other people and chasing the food and drinks, because that makes you fat and it takes away your energy and time. I realize that anything that takes away your energy and time is sex with other people. And also understand that it's really just make sure that when you have sex with other people, you're making sure you're having sex to have a kid and not just pleasure. I promise you, pleasure destroys people. I promise you, pleasure destroys a life. I understand that I used to drink alcohol, I used to do cocaine, I used to do weed. I realize that's all pleasure. I realize that tobacco, cigarettes, I quit it all. I understand either way, caffeine too, and Red Bulls. I understand that kept me up all night. I realize that it's not the way to live life. I understand I wake up today, I start journaling. I start journaling. The first nice beautiful words that I have is I start journaling some words down about my day and what to do, and I solve all those problems in my journal. Or there's any problems I have, I write it down. Or as soon as I write it down, I have no more problems because I solved it. I already solved it because I understand either way I'm solving problems on paper. I realize, what is a paper? I realize it's in your phone. I realize a phone has a paper. I realize a phone has a nice beautiful note system where you can create PDF files and you can go and solve problems in that PDF file. And just keep practicing in that PDF file and upload one every single day. I upload a PDF file of 1,000 words or more. I understand either way I make 50,000 words or more in that PDF file. I make sure every single day I upload one and I talk about my story every single day as much as I can. Because the writing practice is something that helps me to public speak, and the writing practice helps me to achieve my goals and dreams. I understand that somebody who doesn't understand how to write something is somebody who has to learn how to write. You have to understand, you start with the alphabet and you start connecting those words together. Although understand that anybody who practices much more writing today is somebody who envisions much more than the rest of the crowd. I realize that I write far more than all of you people today. I write so much more than you. I realize that when I write so much more than you, I'm doing much more in the video work, I'm doing much more in journaling and quotes today. I promise you, I have over 31,000 quotes. I have over 3 years of journaling. I mean, how much quotes do you have? And how much journaling do you have? I have over 3 years of journaling. I have over 31,000 quotes. I have over 600 hours of videos. I mean, how much videos do you have? I mean, either way, understand something. I'm teaching something really fast. I'm really proactive and I'm really productive about what I say and what I speak about. I understand when I go and speak about it more and more, I'm much more clear about the crowd around me. But when I look at the crowd, I go and understand how to really give everybody an idea based on what I have to grow with. Otherwise, when I grow with something, I give those ideas so I can grow and manifest the life of my dreams. Because I understand when I plan my life out in a public speaking performance such as this, I do 1 hour every single day as much as I can. Although, guess what? Otherwise, that I go and do up to 2 hours sometimes. Otherwise, either way, I make sure I do 1 hour and then I just do extra. I understand no matter what, that I still have another 56 minutes of talking time, because guess what? I realize that's when the sun comes down, because my Apple Watch says so. I understand either way, that 56 minutes from now, I understand either way, I can complete it. I understand it's really easy to do it. I just have to keep speaking. I have to give those ideas. I understand I have to go and make sure I plan my life on video also. I understand when I plan my life on video, I make sure I go and give that information, because that information is something that helps me in terms of my life. I understand that information helps everybody. I understand that either way, when you have more information today, or that's how you really grow. You grow through more information products, because when I go and really read something daily, I realize it updates me in terms of my life on how to really surround myself around better people, and how to gain more value, and how to really never waste my time in the first place. Because I never like to waste my time. I make sure I give my time only toward I today. I is everything. I love you. I am everything. So I give my time only towards me in my life. I understand when I do that, I go and increase my I anyway. I understand either way, I realize that grammatical errors is something that you must achieve in a way that you must better it every single day. You must better your errors. You must correct them. You must correct your errors. You must fix yourself much better. Or else everybody has to fix themselves. I have to fix myself. I can never fix you. I have to fix myself. Otherwise, when I fix myself daily, I'm going to do something that's really important. I understand when I go do something that's important daily, I go and make sure I look at my journal. I start writing down my day. I start writing down the week. I start writing down the month. I start writing down the year. I start writing down the decade. I start writing the whole life span. And how am I going to live life day by day? I make sure I'm really according to the action plan, which is write more and write more and write more. You have to write more. You have to understand your action plan is to grow. Understand, as long as you're growing, you have an action plan. You have action goals. You have goals. You have something that you want to achieve, because you are growing. But those who are dying do not even have a journal. Or those who are worse than yesterday, and those who are looking fat and obese and overweight, do not understand how to lose weight. I've already lost 47 kilos. I understand either way that I've said it many times, and I'll say it again, that you must stay away from certain foods to lose weight. I understand if you want to lose weight, you have to stay away from McDonald's forever. You understand? I mean, stay away from the alcohol forever. I mean, stay away from the cigarettes forever. I mean, stay away from butter and meat. I mean, forget it. You understand? I mean, stay away from it, because guess what? I realize veganism is something that helps you. I realize veganism is something that helps you lose that weight. I understand if you're not interested in veganism, you're not interested then to lose weight and then get healthier. I promise you. I promise you, you have to be interested in veganism. You have to be interested in learning about what veganism is and how to become a vegan. You understand? Because I'm now a vegan of 2 years and 3 years in the making right now. I understand either way that I'm always consistent about what I say. I understand no matter what, that when I eat something, I give $10 a day to eat. I mean, I give $10 a day to eat. I can give up to $7 a day to eat. I mean, do you understand? I mean, either way, that I understand that my nice, beautiful vocabulary can eat on $3 a day. I can eat on $3 a day in Australia. I mean, that's it. I can live on beans and that's it. You understand? I can live on beans only. I understand I go get myself the beans. I get myself 4 cans of beans. I have 80 grams of protein for a 70 kilo body. You understand? So either way, that I'm more than 70 kilos in terms of life. I understand that my body weight is something enough. I have enough body weight. I have enough to walk me around. I have enough to talk me around. I have enough to communicate my life around. Otherwise, you don't have to have Arnold Schwarzenegger muscles to be Mr. Universe or Mrs. Universe. I mean, do you understand? You have to communicate that. Otherwise, you can be anything you ever want as long as you communicate what you want. I mean, when you communicate what you want today, you achieve it. Otherwise, you have to understand that communication is a focus, and those who focus on communication achieve everything. I promise you now, if you want to communicate today much better, you have to start writing more, because those who understand money and anything in life have to teach it. You have to teach what money is before you understand it. I can talk about money all day long, but if you don't do what money, in terms of how I say so, I promise you, then you'll never learn. I promise you now, what I say is how I do it. You understand? Because guess what? You have to grab an idea, and then you have to apply it into your life. Or else when you apply my ideas, you will be great. You also be a public speaker. You also understand how to be confident every single day. I understand every single day when I go and really develop that nice, beautiful communication skill daily, I have to write more. I have to write more. I have to be planning. I understand that my journal is an action plan. And the action plan means just write more about your life. And just plan more about your life. And that's that. Otherwise, there's no other strategy other than be better than yesterday. I mean, improve one area of your life. improve all areas of your life in your journal. But you can only do it with a journal. You can only do it. You cannot do it with your hands in terms of your head. You can do anything right now. I understand anybody can do anything. Otherwise, Jesus doesn't need a phone. But guess what? You need a phone. You need a phone to be able to go and better yourself daily. I understand that you can do anything. I can do anything. But guess what? I realize that what's the difference maker is don't think about it. Do it. To do it, you have to write it down. Otherwise, those who write it down are teaching. Otherwise, those who are not writing anything down are not recording it. Otherwise, you have to record it. What did Jesus do? Otherwise, Jesus even writes it down. Jesus wrote the Bible down. Jesus records his whole life in the Bible. You have to record your own life in a video camera. You have to record your own life in an audio, and also quotes and writing something down each and every single day. You have to be writing. You have to be learning. You have to be growing. You have to be understanding that mindset is key to success. I understand that anybody who understands that when you speak fast, you may be able to understand that you may even bite your lip. But guess what? I realize that you must not bite your lip. Otherwise, if you bite your lip, just make sure you never hurt yourself. I understand when I talk sometimes, I understand that either way, I'm just making sure I never bite my lip and never bite my tongue while I speak, because it may hurt. I understand either way, you must never hurt yourself. You must never hurt other beings. You have to understand that beings are pigs and dogs and snakes and horses. Don't whip them and don't hurt them. Don't hurt cows. You have to understand that either way, we don't need cow's milk today, or else we have soy milk, or else we have rice milk, or else we have oats milk, or else we have all these other milks. You don't need cow's milk, man. You have all these other milks. You have to understand that every single day, I'm always performing, I'm always doing something much greater, but understand that what's key is functionality. Or else when you have a functional mind, you're going to have a spiritual mind. Understand when you have a spiritual mind, you're going to be someone rich. You're going to be like Jesus Christ today. Understand that either way, that Jesus Christ mindset is what you must be every single day. Understand every single day when I go and perform and outperform myself daily, I go and do something really spiritual. I make sure I come on the street and look at people in the eye, because that's nice and spirituality today. I understand when I look you in the eye, I realize that's really spiritual. I understand when I connect with other people and I go with other beings in the planet and I go and lift people, I understand that's very spiritual. So anybody who's really spiritual today can communicate spirituality. You have to understand that anybody who can be in front of a crowd and lift people when you can lift people all day long, you can also be much more spiritual than yesterday. I understand every single day I go and plan that. I go and plan accordingly to how I need to speak and how I need to do live. I understand when I go and do live much greater than yesterday, I go and perform and outperform myself daily to go and do those videos much more, because when I do that, I go and grow thyself each and every single step of the way. I understand I do it one step at a time. I understand that I feel no rejection right now, because I never reject I never reject my I, but I use that I every single day in what I say, because you have to understand when I use it, I also make sure I abuse it. I make sure I hear it also, and when I hear it, I understand I never cause violence in the outside world, because understand this, I understand that Jesus Christ says, make sure that in your life, you must never be physical with other people. I understand that Jesus said to the disciples, you must not save me when they are physical with me, in terms of when they lift him on the cross and when they kill him. You have to understand now, either way, that Jesus passed away in terms of he just passes away throughout life. But guess what? I realize everybody just passes away. You have to understand that either way, that death is something that you don't feel. You don't feel death. I realize when you pass away, you don't even feel that you died. You have to understand it's really that simple. I realize anybody who goes and dies fast today is having a heart attack. But those who understand that they have a slow life in terms of death, I promise you they're the ones who are living much free. Or they're the ones who are really much more spiritual, because anybody who's having a slow death can see it 20 years ahead of time that they have less energy as they're growing up. You have to understand that your energy must be peaking at 100 years of age. You must be having the energy of a baby in terms of life when you're 100 years of age. I understand when I go and write everything down in terms of my life, I go and be much more spiritual in my nice beautiful journal, which is my video camera right now, and it's also my audio and my quotes and my journaling. I understand when I do that, I go and plan my life around each and every single step of the way. I understand to keep doing this, because I understand when I keep doing this, I understand one opportunity is all I have. I have one opportunity every single day to go and grow thyself every single day. I understand when I go do that, I understand every single day I go and outperform everything that I say. I understand when I do that, I just make sure to go and document everything I have daily. I understand when I go and document everything daily, I stick to the I understand I clear my throat, I just make a little cough, because I understand either way that sometimes spit goes into the throat and you have to sometimes cough it out sometimes. I understand either way, you must understand to go back in the You have to go back inwards. You have to understand inwards, and the inner world is something much more important daily. Understand that those who really understand something really much more functional are the ones who have to have spirituality in their life. Otherwise, they have to have being. Otherwise, you have to have a being in your life. You have to have a fiber to survive in terms of thrive in life. You have to understand that when you go into the spiritual aspects and the spiritual dome of life, understand you have to write it down. Otherwise, if you want to be more present in life, you have to write it down. Otherwise, if you want to do anything in life, you have to write it down. I mean, whatever you want, you can achieve, but you have to write it down. Otherwise, if you really want it, you'll teach it. Otherwise, you have to teach your dreams. Otherwise, when you teach your dreams, you will achieve it. I have to teach my dreams. I have to teach you about money so that I can have more money. I have to teach you about life so I can have more of a life. I have to teach you about communication skills so I can better my communication skills. I have to teach you about how I become better than yesterday so that I can be better than yesterday. Otherwise, if I never teach you anything about my life, otherwise that makes me a nobody. Otherwise, a nobody doesn't do anything to teach you anything. Otherwise, they just love to play tennis for championships so that you watch them and so that they get all the plastic money, which is worth nothing. Otherwise, plastic money is worth nothing. I mean, do you understand me? I mean, it doesn't matter what your net worth is. Otherwise, my net worth today is Jesus Christ. I understand that no matter what, I'm always growing better than yesterday. Otherwise, my net worth is better than yesterday. I'm looking better than yesterday. I feel better than yesterday. I have all the skills much more than yesterday. You understand? Because I'm always growing. I'm growing thyself. I'm growing and outgrowing myself every single day. I understand when I do that daily, I understand I'm always much more than yesterday. I understand when I go and outperform every single individual on the planet, I outgrow them. I make sure I go and revolutionize something that's innovating, which is communication skills daily, because when I do that, I have a nice beautiful scenery, I have a nice beautiful travel experience, I go around the world traveling and doing busking performances everywhere, because guess what, either way, I go and make sure to go and communicate my life every single day, because I love to be in front of people and public speak and lift people up, because I lift myself like that. I lift myself through lifting people. I understand that there's nothing else to lift in life except this world. Otherwise, when I lift the world, I never hurt it, I never kick it down, I never try to destroy it. I make sure either way that I respect everything that I see as my own home. Otherwise, my own home is something I respect. So I make sure I respect everybody. I understand that's the highest moral you can do. I understand that anything that's a high moral in life is high respect and high values and high systems and high writing skills and making sure that every single day you have high confidence, which is all the same in terms of the truth. I understand that when you go and really develop your mindset every single day, you have to do it in front of people. You have to understand that communication is the way and the only way that you can achieve your dreams. I promise you, there's no other way to do anything other than communication skills. I understand when you go and learn how to communicate daily, you have to read more. I promise you, once you read more, you have all that petrol. You have the petrol of the nice, beautiful information, which is real petrol, and it's really going to boost your fibers, and it's really going to help you anticipate a better life. I understand when you go and understand how to anticipate a better life every single day, you have to outperform people. You have to do every single day something that's really going to help you move forward, because when you go and really look at the scenario of the world around you, you understand that no matter what, that you will always have a new experience in front of a crowd when you're teaching them. Otherwise, I don't care what you're teaching. You must be teaching something for nothing. You must be understanding if you want to start your business somewhere in life, you have to teach that somewhere. You have to teach what you really love to do. Otherwise, what you love to do today is your ultimate business. Otherwise, if you're not willing to teach your life, otherwise that you're not worth success. You have to teach your life. You have to teach your business. You have to teach your skills. You have to teach what you love to do. Otherwise, you got something to do. You have something to do, but you have to teach it. Otherwise, I mean, if you love your 9-to-5 job so much, I mean, teach your 9-to-5 job on the camera. I mean, teach it and understand to preach what you do every single day, and you'll become famous. I mean, you'll only be able to become famous through teaching. I promise you that anybody who's teaching more than the crowd have a better legacy than the crowd. I promise you, you have to teach more. You have to teach more than me. You have to teach more than Jesus Christ. I promise you, that way you will have cemented your legacy in a better way for I. I understand for I means for you too. I understand when I do it for you, I do it for I. I understand always to go back to the I. I understand when I do that daily, I love I. I know I only. I understand that's how I really grow. I understand the meaning of life is to know I. I understand when I go back to nice, beautiful communication skills every single day, I go and outperform thyself every single day in what I do, because I understand that no matter what, I'm hungry. I'm hungry for some success today. I understand when I have more success today, every single day, I go and outperform what I have. I understand when I do that, I realize that no matter what, I just make sure every single day I have much more better quality audio than having buses around and really, let's say, vehicles around, but understand either way that what's important is go somewhere with your nice beautiful public speaking performance where cars and also trams and also trucks and buses and vehicles are not, let's say, disturbing your audio quality, because I understand either way that this time I came here to just experience something new. Otherwise, it's one time in my life that I come here and public speak, because I understand there is a better place. I can go to Marketplace, I can go to Pitt Street more. I can also understand that I can go to the Opera House and do it there. I understand either way that here there's some vehicles and passing by. I understand when they're passing by, I understand either way I'm not offended, because I understand that my life is something that's really I understand when I go back to the I realize that either way you guys will understand I have to go and really test this nice beautiful audio out either way. But I give my best every single day. I give my best, and it doesn't mean that for life I'll be doing this right here in terms of Sydney, Australia. I will go around the world doing it. I understand either way, that's the way to go. You have to understand that either way, you must be traveling, you must be doing something along the way. So why not public speak around the world? And why not DJ around the world? And why not go and be a superstar around the world as a singer or an actor? Because those are the 4 categories you have to be one. You have to be one, you have to be in yourself, you have to be something that's really understanding how you really do life. I understand when you go and really understand that you can do script writing, you can do something for films, where you understand that you go and do it for yourself the most. Or else if you're doing something today, you have to do it for yourself. You have to do it for yourself the most, you have to be the most important in your life. Or else I do this for myself daily, because I outgrow thyself. I grow. I have a nice beautiful tree over here, and I grow every single day, because it doesn't matter how big you are, and it doesn't matter how bold you are, and it doesn't matter your hairline, and it doesn't matter anything. You can do it. You can make sure you can public speak just like I. You can make sure every single day that anybody who's tall and negative or anything can make sure that every single day they can understand inspiration. Understand every single day you can understand inspiration is now, and those who understand now must stand, or else they must understand I. I is very important. I understand that when you go and really label something in life, I mean just label your I, because I is something that you can define, or else you can define nothing else but I today. I is very important that you go and speak it out as much as you can, because those who really understand the I factor understand I love you. I understand without I love you in this lifetime, you will commit suicide then. You have to say I love you more and more, and you have to understand how to really or you have to understand how to deflect your life in a better way. You have to understand that when you go deceive somebody in a way that's growth, you understand why you persuade them to be growth. I understand if you deceive them in a lying way, in a spiteful way, and in something that's really according to evil, or else then you become evil. I understand you have to label your emotions in a better way. You have to understand that emotion is power, and those who use their emotions daily are ones who are actually more energy. You have to increase the energy of yours daily. You have to understand that walking is one way that you understand that can help you to get around, but guess what? I realize that energy is really where you're giving your time. I realize now, if you're walking from here to Canberra, I mean, is it worth it? I mean, is it worth it to walk 3 hours for nothing? I mean, no. So make sure you're investing your time and where you walk. I mean, if you have no reason to go to Canberra today, to walk it all the way to Canberra, or make sure that you don't waste time to go to Canberra then. I mean, Canberra's 3 hours away from here by driving. So by the time you get there by walking, otherwise, what are you going to go there for if you don't have a goal? Or else you have to have a goal to get to Canberra. So understand, if you want to get to Canberra, you have to go and do something very spiritual every single day. Do you have a question, sir? I can always make sure I can have a nice, beautiful conversation with you. Or else if you have any questions, I understand either way. I make sure every single day I'm always outperforming the individual I am. But I make sure I invest my time properly. I make sure I go and record myself, because I understand that most people don't care. I understand that this video, though, will be coming in for generations on YouTube, and people are going to be watching over the next 72 years what I did when I was 28. And that's how I really nicely and beautifully have a speaking requirement all the time. I have to speak. I have to do something to really boost my performance daily. I understand when I do that all the time, I make sure I'm always positive about what I do.
What are you promoting?
I'm promoting thyself.
Yourself.
I'm promoting I today.
You're promoting yourself.
I'm promoting I. I love you.
Is it religiously based?
I'm promoting everything in terms of all information. I'm promoting like Jesus Christ today.
Oh, you're a Jesus Christ person.
I am everything in life.
You don't look like a Jesus Christ person.
I'm something that has information though, because Jesus Christ has information to give, and I have information to give. So that's how I understand that I promote everything.
You look like a person that would say Allah Akbar.
Or else Allah Akbar. I understand either way, they'll never kill somebody.
But you know what? You're polluting the airwaves.
I understand I never smoked it. I never smoked the cigarettes though. I understand I used to smoke cigarettes, but if you want to quit cigarettes, or else if you want to quit cigarettes, or else maybe it's because you're drinking alcohol or caffeine or something like that, you can quit the caffeine and the alcohol first, and then you can tackle the cigarettes, and that's how I quit cigarettes.
You can stop talking.
I understand when I stop talking, I have to keep going though.
You're addicted to talking.
I have to talk to live my life.
Well, maybe be quiet for a change.
Or else if I be quiet, then I have to speak up.
Well, I wouldn't like to be your flatmate.
Thank you very much. I think I can be with myself all day long. I understand that no matter what, I'm always lifting my life. I'm always making sure that what I have every single day, I have to communicate on my camera. I understand that no matter what, that I'll go do something very important today.
You stand there, you keep talking, and I'll pull the wheel.
You pull the wheel. Alright, then when I talk, I make sure no matter what that this gentleman here is supporting myself in terms of my video camera today.
I'm not supporting you, I'm being ironic.
Alright, he's being ironic as he says so, but ironic people have to understand growth and they have to understand how to live people every single day.
But you're only about 23.
I am really much younger than that. I'm younger than 23.
Well, you don't know anything.
I only know my I. I only know I love you.
Well, that's nice enough, but
I realize,
don't tell all the world that you love them all the time, because we're not interested.
I realize that anybody who's not interested in my love for them, I realize they don't have to love me. I love them anyway. I love you whether you love me or not.
But you shouldn't do this in public.
I realize now when I get into public, I can lift people.
Have you got a license?
I do have a license. I realize it's my license. I realize now I don't have to prove it to you. I realize that you can call the cops here and I'll show them.
I'll close you down.
I realize if you want to close me down, you can close me
I
down.
will.
Thank you very much. I realize either way, I understand that no matter what, I have a license here, but guess what? I realize either way, that it's much more important than you understand. That no matter what you're doing, you have to communicate, you have to grow thyself. I have nothing against you, man. I'm just growing you. I'm just giving you some ideas. I'm just making sure that I have a nice, beautiful attitude going over here. Or else every single day I go and do something very important. Or else it's just understand something, man. Or else you can go to the police and show me that. I realize either way, you must show me then that what you have in life is something greater. I do have a license, but I don't have to prove it to you. I don't have to prove it to you. I don't have to prove anything. I don't have to prove anything except my eye today. I am my license. I'm everything. I'm everything. I mean, talk with me. I love to talk with people. I can always understand that no matter what, that I love to talk to myself for all day long. I understand either way that when I talk to myself 24/7, I realize that's when I grow. I grow only when I talk to myself because I don't have to talk to anybody else except thyself. I understand when Jesus talks to himself, I realize Jesus shows himself to all the love in the world. I understand that either way, you must understand that what you must be doing daily is something much more spiritual, because understand that if you go and do anything in life to provoke other people in terms of violence, then guess what? Or else violence is coming back at you. Or else either way, that you must understand that no matter what, or else anything that's negative towards you wants you to step away from street performance and also wants you to go away. I understand that no matter what, that you must understand that each and every single day I go and do something much better. I just go and overcome people's communication skills, because those who are ironic don't understand life. I understand when they want to be ironic, you have to understand your I. You have to understand anything that's I today understands life. I understand either way, if you want to be anything in life, you be your I. You be the nice, beautiful scenario of life where you're growing daily. I understand if they don't believe in you, I understand either way. I just realize I'm never a victim. I understand that I'm always growing thyself. I understand when I grow thyself, I just move on from communication and everything in life in terms of my I. I go into my I all day long. I say I love you. I just communicate everything that I love. I understand when I communicate that daily, I just make sure I'm always positive about my scenario every single day, because you have to be something worth understanding. I understand when you understand yourself, you understand the I. You understand the I love you. You understand how to really communicate that in daily life. But when you have people who are really negative come up to you and they really don't want you to speak and they don't want you to do anything and they want you to prove yourself to them and they want you to love them more than yourself, or else you just understand you have nothing to prove it in terms of them, you can prove it to yourself. Or else you don't have to prove anything in this life except prove it to yourself that you can do it. I understand either way, you don't have to show people your license. You don't have to show people anything when they ask for it. You don't have to show them anything, but show yourself only. You show yourself. You show that you are somebody in a field of interest that I realize that actually has something to do in life. So realize when somebody is against you, you just never be against yourself. I mean, stand up for yourself and understand that many people don't like you being on the street and performing as a busking performer, and they don't like you public speaking, or else they don't like your success, or else that's up to them. Or else that's not my problem. Or else my problem is that I have no problem. Or else when I go and public speak daily, I go and really find a solution for everything I say daily. Because I understand when I go and do that all the time, I'm going to make sure I'm always lifting thyself. I lift everybody around me in terms of my eye. I understand when I go back to the eye daily, I always have more to say because I envision everything. And when I do that, I write it down. Because without writing anything down, or else then you don't achieve your dreams. Because it's really true that when you write your dreams down, you achieve it. I understand that either way, that understand that no matter what, that my life is always improving. I understand it's really that I go and improve thyself all the time in my communication skills. I understand when I do that, I go and really develop that nice, beautiful attitude that I have because I have to do it in a different way every single day. I understand when I go and do that, I always make sure I outperform other people's communication skills. So when they don't want me to do something, I do it. I do what they don't want me to do. Or else when you want me to do something, I do something better than what you want me to do. Or else either way, you can never convince me of anything. You can never convince me. I have to see it first. I have to see it. So if you don't show me that you're somebody worthy, you never convince me then. Or else you can talk all day long about how worthy you are, but if you're not showing me with the respect I deserve, or else then I will never do what you want. I will never do what you don't want. You understand? I just make sure either way that you understand me, that information is something of grace and power and vigor every single day. And understand strength, sir. You have to understand strength, and every single day, anybody who's really much more strength in life has to understand that no matter what, that vigor and power and clarity and anything that you have in your life right now is something that you must have more of. You must have more of yourself. You must have more of thyself daily. I understand either way that no matter what, I'm promoting every single day my face. I realize my face is very important. I realize your face is very important. I understand that you must promote your face though. I have to promote my face every single day. I understand when I promote my face all the time, I'm very important. I understand that either way, I never believe what other people believe. I don't go thinking about what other people think of me. I understand I never have to do that because I love I never have to think in the first place. I just go and do it. I just make sure I go write everything down in the first place. I realize when I go do that daily, I make sure I pause my video camera, I put the nice beautiful umbrella because I understand it's raining now. I understand either way that soon, I realize right now, either way is something that I can do. I can always make sure that my nice beautiful technology over here has a nice beautiful umbrella, although I understand that this time I didn't even bring my umbrella this time, but guess what, I understand no matter what that you go and love thyself daily because you have to. You have to understand that those who love themselves are the ones who actually care, or else they're the ones that actually want to help you. I understand they're the ones that actually want to lift you daily, because those who lift people daily are the ones that are more important to do so. I realize that when you're more important, I have 30 minutes over here and more. I understand that's how I really understand that no matter what, I work in the rain. I work and make sure that my technology over here is something that's worthwhile. I understand when I go and worthwhile my life, I understand I cover my technology, I cover it because guess what? I understand electronics can also make sure to never break in the rain because I cover my technology. I make sure either way, you guys can hear me over here, but I make sure that I go and just do my work, because when I do my work, I'm always much more important. I'm always making sure that I go and really satisfy my hunger for success today. I understand that anything that's communicating more and more today is something much more successful. So anybody who wants to write more and speak more and live more and sing more are the ones worth doing so. I realize they're the ones that actually make it happen because they plan it. I realize they plan a way to find what they need to do and they do it. I realize that those who don't know what to do, I realize they get told what to do. I mean, do you understand? I mean, either way, I never get told what to do because I plan what to do. I love to plan what to do, so I make sure I never tell other people what to do. I just show them what to do. I show them. And now, if you understand, when I show public speaking like this, I understand I'm showing this. I'm showing you what to do right now. I'm showing you public speaking. So I understand that every single day. I realize that's the way to go. I understand either way that I realize most people never even become public speakers because they never plan it. I understand if you're never planning to go travel to Egypt today, or you're never planning to go anywhere, you have to understand you must plan. You must plan to go to Egypt. You must plan to go around the world, because those who understand that they're going around the world traveling and really financially free and they have all the business of the world that they ever need are the ones who show up and just do it. I mean, how does Nike say it? Or does Nike, in terms of the brand, in terms of the shoe brand, and also the clothing brand, is Nike in terms of life, and they say, just do it. I mean, you have to just do it. Otherwise, either way, that there's no other way but just doing it. Otherwise, Jesus does the Bible. I do this. Otherwise, people drive. Otherwise, people walking. Otherwise, everybody's doing something, but some people are doing minor tasks, and some people are doing major tasks. Although some people are doing low value and some people are doing high value. I'm doing high value because I record my video. Whereas when I record my video, I journal it. I make sure every single day I go and outperform myself. Because guess what? I'm journaling and documenting everything. Whereas when I document everything about my life, I realize that's high value. I realize that it's always high value when you do more photos of yourself, and when you do more videos of yourself, and when you do more images of yourself, and when you do more quotes of yourself. And you may write a quote. I write over 31,000 quotes I have already. I write quotes. I realize either way that these quotes are going down for generations, and many people are going to study Danny Milivojevic quotes. You understand? So either way, that nice beautiful name in terms of Danny Milivojevic is just a label. You have to understand it's not my real name. But understand either way that Jesus Christ is not Jesus Christ's real name. I realize it's I. I mean, I cannot be labeled. I must never be labeled. You have to understand, I is already something. Or I is already something that you must be. I can never label this world because I don't know what anything is except I. I just know my I. I understand that's how I learn and grow. I learn and grow through the I system. I systems is everything. I symptoms. I persuasion. I confidence. I courage. I everything. I understand everything is something that's really much more positive and direct. Whereas when I become direct with you, I share that knowledge with you, brother. I share it with you because I understand really how to help you. I understand how to really give you that leadership skill that you ever need. For anybody who wants a leadership skill, I have many leadership skills because guess what? I realize that's how I really grow. I grow through giving the product. I grow through giving that nice, beautiful public speaking skill every single day because when I give it, I also receive more. I receive more ideas. I receive much more blessings in the process of giving my communication skill because I'm lifting people through my tones. And my tones have a beautiful way of explaining themselves. And it's really how I'm really performing here today in a way that you understand how I'm communicating in my tones and also my words every single day and how I really dress and how I impress myself in terms of my eye and how I really show up daily to make sure that no matter what, that I'll always have something to do. I always have that communication skill going because it's really preaching. I'm preaching something. I'm preaching information. I'm preaching something that you need. I understand that those who go and grab the information also grab the spotlight. I realize they grab the fame. I realize they grab the growth. I realize they grab the money. I realize they grab everything. I realize they take away everything in terms of nothing. I realize you never take away anything, but you're always investing. I realize when you go and take away information, you also murder somebody. Whereas now, don't murder somebody, but understand when you go and really receive the information, I mean, receive all that information. I mean, never take it away. I mean, go and receive it. And understand that either way, that when you listen to my nice, beautiful audio program here, you'll be receiving that knowledge. You're not taking it away from me. I'm giving it to you. I understand that what you see today in terms of how people dress is an idea, whereas each and every single individual will give you an idea about how they dress and how they perform and how they style their hair and how they take care of themselves and how they really are in terms of life. I understand everybody has a persona, or else everybody has an attitude, or else some people have better habits than others. I have the best habits. I am somebody who has the best habits in the world, so make sure you learn about my habits all day long. I understand when you go and learn about my habits, I outperform so many individuals today that I understand that every single day I'm always showing more courage. I thank you. I understand every single day I go and perform that communication skill because I have no barriers, because I can speak over the barrier of life. I can speak over the problem. I can solve those problems with my communication skill. I understand when I do that, I make sure I'm confident because or else if you don't know how to solve a problem, you have to understand to know your I first. You have to understand that you can solve anything, so make sure you understand you just solve it rather than saying that you don't know. You go and solve it. I never know anything except my I. I just know the I. But understand you must solve it because if you don't know how to solve a problem, or else then you'll never solve it. You must understand to solve it first before even knowing it. I mean, if you know how to solve it, I mean, make sure you understand you just know how to do your I only. You don't know how to solve problems. I don't know how to solve problems. I never know anything in my life. I just know my I. I don't know anything, I also know my I only. I don't know how to solve problems, but guess what? Alright, here I am speaking and preaching and doing something different every single day. I do it differently. Alright, I speak differently. I make sure every single day I'm outperforming thyself. I'm always performing myself to greatest abilities. Alright, the greatest abilities I outperform. I perform myself to the greatest abilities of the world, because I understand that the best of the best show courage daily. I understand when they show courage daily, or as they go and outperform individuals, or as they grow and outgrow thyself, or as they grow everything, or as they go and lift people, or as they're spiritual, or as they're always never shaming other people, or as they're not telling people to get off the camera and to not record myself and all that, or as that you never go telling other people to never record themselves and to never write anything down, such as the individual that was in my video before, or as either way, but understand that I never listen to that guy. I never listen to people who don't want to love me. I mean, I don't listen to them. I make sure that I go and respect everybody. I love everybody anyway. But understand that those who don't want you to promote yourself are your worst enemies. I understand that you can also be one of those worst enemies in life. Or is that if you don't love to promote yourself, understand that you must report yourself in a way that you're growing. You have to understand that when I go and report myself that I'm really promotional every single day, I have to report something. I have to go and give that message. I understand a report is also an essay, or else a report is an essay, or else a report is something that you write down. I'm writing this down right now. I'm giving you a gradual report right here. I'm giving you the journal. I'm giving you the nice, beautiful communication method every single day. I understand I report something. I'm like a journalist. I'm a journalist because I have a microphone. I understand a singer and an actor and anybody who's living today is a journalist because they're documenting their life. I understand a journalist just goes around documenting information. And that's what a researcher does. Or a researcher goes around just learning about the science about the world, because a scientist is a researcher and a scientist is a journalist. And anybody who loves to journal anything in life loves to journal their life the most, because if you're journaling other people's lives, I mean, focus on your life first. I mean, focus on journaling your life and making yourself great or else make yourself great first, and then you can make other people great. Or else focus, or else you must make sure to focus on making yourself great first, and that way you understand that either way, you'll be something much greater. You'll understand every single day you're going to outperform, you're going to look better, you're going to feel better, you're going to have better habits, you're going to look better. You have to understand that no matter what you're doing today, you must be encouraging people to grow. You must be making sure you're spiritual. You must be making sure that kindness is your solution. You must have that kindness ability today to go give people more ideas and just work on that. I mean, just work on giving people those ideas daily, because that's what I've been doing for the past hour, and that's all I do all day long. I do in my journal. I don't have to go talk to other people to give them ideas. I go with my video camera and I give it all day long. And then I make courses. I make thousands of courses, and then I give it to you one link. I give you all these nice, beautiful ideas and treasures in my wisdom that you ever need. You just need all the time to understand you need that wisdom. You need wisdom. You need drive. You need the passion. You need that information to understand how to thrive. Or else anybody who needs more information also deserves to grow. I understand I deserve to grow so much because I choose to public speak. I understand I choose to public speak all day long, and that's how I really make it to 100 years of age. I make it because I choose to be a public speaker. I choose to really understand communication skills daily. I understand when I do that daily, I'm always journaling everything down. I'm a documentation every single day. I'm always documenting that nice, beautiful fiber that I have. I'm documenting the nice, beautiful communication skill that I have. I'm doing my job all day long. I understand when I do that job of mine every single day, I always have more to give. I realize when I give more and more and more, I realize my heart is fulfilled much more for I. I do it for I all the time. I realize when I'm fulfilling myself in my I give you more information. And when I give you more information, I always have more to give. I understand when I give more, I always treasure more. I have more to be grateful about because I'm helping people. I'm making a difference. And when you make a difference today, you also be grateful for your life. I realize that those people are not grateful today are the ones who are, or else they're the ones that are lacking in terms of spirituality, and also lacking to document themselves, and lacking to look good, and lacking to plan, and they're lacking to have a journal. I see many individuals who go throughout life having kids and everything in terms of planning, in terms of life, although guess what? Or else that those ones that are not planning, or else they have kids, or else they have no money, or else they have only one area, or else I understand that no matter what, the Sydney is a nice, beautiful place to live, but not forever. I understand I have to go to Spain, I have to go to Barcelona, I have to go travel somewhere else around the world. I realize I don't want to just live in Sydney. I want to go around the world. I want to travel for free. So I have to give a service. I have to give a service of nice, beautiful intent and integrity every single day to go and outperform myself and to go and really practice my passion every single day, because that's how I really become something greater for myself. I become famous in my own heart because I understand I have to become famous of myself first to be something greater. I have to understand that no matter what, that it's not about the fame, or else it's about growing you today. I understand that you guys make me famous. You guys are making me famous. I understand either way that I am something already famous. I mean, either way, I make sure that no matter what, that I'm just here to really understand how to really grow. I understand when I grow in front of people the better, or else I grow in front of people even the better that I can, because I understand the better I can, I go and grow that. I go and grow in front of people because I understand that's how I become better. I become better through persuading and convincing and inspiring and entertaining and informing. I have to inform you. I have to inform you of life. I have to inform you of the information around you. I have to be able to take care of you through that information. I have to be taking responsibility to give you that information daily so that you can follow me and so that I can convince you of a better life. I understand when I convince you of a better life, you also have one, because that is when I really understand that you're inspiring people because I gave you some information. I understand either way, when you inspire people, you also understand why you're really inspirational. You also understand why you have something worth it in you. I understand when I go and give that idea daily, I make sure no matter what, that I'm always outperforming everybody. I understand when I do that, I have to journal it. I have to write my story down. I have to give my story. I have to give those ideas. I realize when I give those ideas, I make sure I give those I give the business techniques. I give the business habits. I give my business skills. I give my coping strategies and coping mechanisms and how I meditate and how I do everything. I have to make sure that everybody around me is learning and growing. I understand when I do that, I understand it's a positive world then. I understand it's a positive world when I go and develop the world. I understand that I'm a developer. I develop softwares. I develop coding softwares. I develop nice, beautiful applications like Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat. I make sure I record everything. I document everything. I make sure I go and build those systems that you need. I understand when I go and build those systems, I realize it's the habit systems that you need. I understand I have a schedule every single day. I realize that schedule is getting better and better and better because I write it down. I choose to make it better. I choose to make sure that what my life is today is something much more. Or else when I go and do a better life in terms of much more, I make sure that many people are going to succeed through that information giving that I do. I understand when I give that information, no matter what, or else no matter what, I'm always doing something much more. I'm always looking back into my past and I'm solving those equations to understand how did I grow. I understand when I grow, I understand that I'm much better than yesterday. I understand that I'm doing so much better than 13. I'm doing so much better than at 20. I understand either way that as I grow thyself, I understand I'm always learning about Jesus Christ. I'm learning about the Bible. I'm learning about everything. I go and make sure when I talk about something, I talk about everything. I mean, there is not an information in the world that I don't talk about. I talk about everything. I talk about your family. I talk about your family's family. I talk about how your kids live. I talk about everything. I love to talk. I mean, look at Oprah Winfrey, for example. I mean, she talks about everything. I mean, she invites anybody on her TV show that has an inspirational story. And then guess what? I realize either way, she goes and develops people on that TV show. And guess what? I realize she's been doing it for over 30 years. I understand either way, you must go and develop that Oprah Winfrey kind of communication style and be in front of people. I realize that either way, you must understand that I'm always in front of people developing. I develop one way or another. I have to develop to understand thyself. I understand when I go and really outperform myself daily, I make sure to do my work no matter what, because here I am. I understand the time is now to support myself to go much more. I understand when I go much more, I give those ideas. You have to have ideas. You have to be reading. Or else YouTube is very important. Or else Snapchat and everything in terms of life is very important if you want to help people. I understand that no matter what, that there's always more to do. I understand that no matter what, you must be reading right now when you're really walking. You have to read something. You have to read some entrepreneurship. You have to read some nice, beautiful audio systems. You have to have a nice, beautiful occasional. You have to have an occasional what? You have to have growth in you. You have to understand that no matter what, that anything that's occasional is right now. Otherwise, that either way, you must understand that those people who want to be occasional for everything, otherwise you must understand to just be occasional for growth. I mean, when you're just occasional for growth daily, you understand spirituality. You understand understanding is something that's priority. understanding is a priority. Understand, you must make it a priority in your life to understand communication skills and growth factors, to be able to understand that no matter what, that there's an idea that you can give today, and you give an idea daily, and that way you understand, you manifest your dreams. I understand that no matter what, I give thousands of ideas every single day, because I understand that's how I grow. I grow through thousands of ideas, given only. I understand when I go and give those ideas, I actually grow. But when I read, I'm just updating myself around the world and how to transform what I give into something better. I understand either way that when I go and do a public speaking event or DJ session or make some new music or whatever I do, or else even when I dress, I do it differently. I'm making sure every single day I'm doing something differently so I can become much more. Or else you have to become much more, because otherwise you'll exalt yourself. So those who exalt themselves, you have to understand, are the ones that don't feel worthy of their I. I mean, they don't say, I love you. Or else they believe that they hurt when they say, I love you. Or else to say, I love you, you just say, I love you. Or else you cannot hurt saying your I. But increasing that I factor is something so important that many people don't just write in their journals. I understand that they do not write in their journals. I promise you, you have to understand that most people in the world today understand that the phones are just 30 years of age today. I understand no matter what, that it's around 30 years that the phone's been out. Or else either way, that most people are just beginning the nice beautiful 2020 in terms of 2021 right now. But guess what? I understand that no matter what, that the year right now is a time that's right now. Or else it's not a year. Or else it's just something that's eternity. Or else you cannot label this moment in any number. But understand no matter what, that we're at the beginning stages of this nice beautiful phase of phones and internet and social media. And most people are not capitalizing, and they're not writing down their journals, and they're not creating quotes to upload online, and they're not writing these blogs, and they're not writing websites in terms of to help you, or else they're just wasting time, or else they're more industrial age, or else they're just going around doing nothing. I understand that either way, that most people must do something, or else everybody must do something every single day to go and succeed. You have to understand that if you want to help somebody, you'll succeed there. I understand either way, if you want to do something much more important, you have to understand how to write it down first. I understand you must plan those strategies. You must plan a way for yourself to go and succeed daily. I promise you, either way, you must go and inspire yourself to public speak daily. You have to understand, you also have to do it. You have to do it. Or else everybody in your family must do some public speaking daily to understand true leadership today. I understand anybody who understands my communication skills understands I'll speak very fast, because that's how you entice people. You entice people through great communication. I promise you, each and every single day, when you communicate faster and faster and faster, you achieve your dreams faster and faster and faster. I understand when I achieve my dreams faster, I'm happier. I'm also exhilarated in terms of I understand no matter what, that I'm exhilarating, aren't I? I'm exhilarating this nice beautiful program because I have a nice beautiful word, and the word is I understand no matter what, that you go promote yourself today, and that way you understand your I. You understand you have a legacy, you understand you have a career, you have a dream, and you have something to achieve every single day. So I do it on the street. You can also do something on the street. You just have to perform it. You have to understand that no matter what, you have to get up in front of people and fail. But guess what? At least you're trying. Understand, when you try, you will learn and grow when you're trying. But if you never try, or else it means you're dead. I understand if people never try, or else they're not even alive. So you must try to do something today that's going to help people, because that's the only way you become successful. I understand that if you go and help people become successful, you will become successful. Or else it's that simple. I understand anybody who wants to be simple has to be, or else they have to be minimalism, or else they have to be minimalistic, or else that it's not anything other than being the truth. I understand that anything that's really the truth today is really not materialistic. Or else anything that's materialistic needs a trolley, for example. Or else I'm not somebody who needs a trolley. I don't need a trolley. But guess what? I can do my work without phones and technology. I just have to go Jesus lifestyle then and understand to get myself 12 disciples on the street and walk forever without money in my pocket in terms of plastic, and without cryptocurrency, and without anything that's really going to inhibit my success. I thank you. I never touch other people. I don't like to kill other people.
Tell him to fuck off, man. Like this guy.
I
love you, Sean. Thank you. That's $50. That's Hullabalooza. That's $50.
I support just everything that's Jesus Christ, and everything that's knowledge.
I'd like to love everyone out there. Thank you.
This year, everything you must understand that you must grow thyself. You must lift thyself. You must understand that no matter what. I never touch other people. I thank you. I love you anyway. I love you all. I thank you. I never do it for money. I never do it for money. I do this to grow you. I understand. I never do it for money. I understand either way. I thank you very much.
Tell me what you're doing.
I just need to lift you. I just understand that everybody needs to be more loving. I thank you, I love you, but I understand I never have to shake your hand. I thank you. Alright, either way, you must grow thyself. I understand that no matter what, you just never do it for money. You have to understand that either way, that money is not the solution. Alright, the money is really wisdom. But most people believe that money is actually plastic money. So understand that plastic money doesn't resort to anything. Alright, plastic money doesn't really help you. Alright, what helps you is communication skills. And those who understand communication skills are the ones who understand that they never resort to the outside world. And they never do what the outside world wants them to do. I realize that nobody has power over you except you. You must understand to take control of your life and start taking advantage of what you have. And start understanding that the resources that you have right now is more than ever. You have more than enough resources today than ever before. Understand in Hercules times and Jesus times, or else they had no internet, or else they had no phones, or else they had no promotional gigs, or else they had nothing except Jesus Christ back then. I promise you, either way, I promise you, back then, Jesus Christ is the internet, or else Jesus Christ is the phone and everything in life. I promise you, that's the only resource of information back then. You have to understand those times. So understand these times, you have Jesus Christ Bible. Otherwise it's done. I mean, do you understand me? I mean, you don't have to live in Jesus times. You live now, which is Jesus times. So either way, understand that now we have a nice, beautiful technology today, or else we can fly. I mean, we can drive. I mean, we can have all this technology that we have today, and understand that no matter what, or else we're flying into space too. So either way, understand that no matter what happens, that you realize to go and take advantage of all the resources that you have. But understand that you never work for money in terms of plastic money. Or else plastic money doesn't resort to helping you in the long term. But accumulating yourself, public speaking events and DJing events, or anything that you love to do in terms of singing, you go and teach it. And then you make a nice beautiful course about it, and you keep doing it for the rest of your life. And you'll accumulate a nice beautiful legacy in that. You'll be somebody far famous than ever before, because you have a vocabulary of information to give people on video and in singing and in whatever you do, because you're teaching it on camera. Otherwise, anybody who's teaching now on camera, otherwise right now, are the ones that are far more successful than the rest. Understand, when you want to be far more successful, you have to go and record yourself right now, and you have to go and really develop that information giving product. Otherwise, anything that's a product today must be giving. You must be giving that nice, beautiful information product daily. Otherwise, when you go and give it, you're also solution in terms of you'll be a solution in your life. You understand anything that's a solution has no problems. Otherwise, when you solution your life, you have something to really look forward to. Because understand that anybody who is a solutionist today is opening the path of their life. I understand anybody who's really closing their life down is always talking about problems. Or else they just want problems in their life. I mean, start really developing yourself in a way that you don't talk about problems and write those problems down to solve those problems. Because understand, when you write a problem today on paper, you can then solve it. Or else that you may have 1 billion problems in your life, but if you write 1 billion problems, or else if you write 1 billion problems down on paper right now, and you go and write it in your phone, you can solve it. But doing it in your head, in terms of 1 billion problems to solve in your head alone, makes you crazy. Otherwise, only Jesus can do that. Otherwise, only Jesus can go and solve all the world's problems just with his mind and head. Otherwise, without technology. Otherwise, that's why the Bible is here. So either way, understand that the truth shall set you free. But understand that the truth is information. And information does not lie. Otherwise, information lies to you when you stop growing. Otherwise, everything that really is dying today is because people do not want to dedicate themselves into putting their face on camera, and they don't want to dedicate themselves on audio, and they don't want to dedicate themselves into writing journals and quotes, because they don't believe that they have a great legacy. I mean, they don't believe in themselves. You have to believe in yourself. You have to understand every single day, you have to go and do something far more extraordinary every single day to make yourself something worth it, because those individuals who understand worthiness daily are the ones that actually understand how to do so. Or else they understand how to really get on camera daily and perform. You have to perform. You have to understand that no matter what, that you have to go and do something great. Or else what is great in your life, you must do. Or else what is passionate in your life, you must do. You must do something much more extraordinary all the time. You must understand that when you go and motivate people, you motivate them simply. You make sure you go and communicate it daily. You make sure you go and solve those problems daily. Because that's how you really get on camera. You get on camera to solve problems. You get on audio programs to solve problems. I'm serious about my work. I'm serious about what I do. I'm not wasting time here because I understand that 1 hour of my life on video camera is better than having no hours on video camera. I'd rather go and document myself all day long and have a video of myself all day long, really recording myself all day long, than having no video recorded of me in life. Because I rather understand that no matter what, that my life is worth it. I realize my life is worth my picture. Otherwise, I love to take pictures of myself. I love to go and invest in pictures of myself, so I go and brand myself everywhere. I understand when I go and brand myself everywhere, I'm going to deliver that quality. I deliver that nice, beautiful information that I have every single day. I understand when I keep doing that all the time, I make sure I'm always lifting people. I'm always inspirational. I'm always making sure that when you're inspirational, you're always lifting people, because I understand that it must be inspiring. It must be inspiring to go and have a great legacy. I understand anybody who wants to have a great legacy just has to be on a video camera. Otherwise, it's that simple. Otherwise, you have to keep doing it though. You have to be consistent. You have to build the habits. You have to understand that audio is something that you can do. You can do some quotes today. You can do some journaling today. You can do something for your life. I mean, make sure you understand the nutrition that you're eating. Understand either way that nutritional skills and learning the actual information behind the nutrition that you eat saves your life. And it saves your life by 10 years and 20 years. You don't have to die 20 years earlier because you've lost the weight and you're healthier now, because veganism is the way to go. But understand, you have to be interested in veganism to live an extra 7 years of your life. You have to understand, if you understand just to read veganism today and just be interested in veganism over the next 72 years, I mean, you will increase your life by 7 years. I mean, it's that simple. But understand, information saves your life. Otherwise, that if you go wasting time, otherwise then you'll never have time, because other people have your time, because you're giving your time to other people. Otherwise, if you don't give your time to other people, you have the most freedom. So gain your freedom back, because anything that's freedom is taking control of your life and taking your time back in a way that you're having your time freedom. Although you're never ever killing anybody for your time. You're just making sure that you're never violent, but making sure that your time is something worthy and valuable. So when other people ask for your time, I mean, never give them your time. I mean, never give them your time, because you're something that you can be on your own with. You don't need to be with other people to give your time to them. You can give your time to yourself. You have to understand that anything that you want in life, you can simplify it with I. I am much more important than them. I don't care that they have that. I have I. I have I. I don't care that they're going down there, because I have to go this way. I understand that I is much more important than them. I over we. I over you. I is so important, so when you use it daily, you have more ideas. You'll be something much more spiritual. You'll be more special in your life. You have to be understanding everything in terms of life must be much more. You must understand that no matter what, that when you go give those ideas, I mean, those are the ones that you have techniques to give. You understand every single day you receive those nice, beautiful ideas. You make sure every single day you go learn and study, and you understand to persuade, and you understand that no matter what, they're convincing people is inspiring people, and they're convincing people is persuading people. And understand that no matter what, you go and connect those words together, because whatever you have planned for today in terms of your life must be you. You must be planning your life, because nobody else is going to plan your life. I have to plan my life daily. I have to go and really understand how to plan my life. I have to understand every single day I must be on top of my life. I must be communicating better than this. I must be growing. I must be on my actual video recording right now. I must be going and really overcoming my nice, beautiful spirituality every single day. I must be going and outgrowing thyself, because that's the only way I can be on the offense. Otherwise, when I be on the offense daily, I'm always doing something much more spiritual. I understand when I be more spiritual daily, I understand that's how I really give those ideas. I give those ideas no matter what. I give the ideas because I understand when I give them, you shall also grace yourself with them. You shall also understand to reap so many rewards. I understand when I go and reward thyself, I always have more to give. I understand when I give more, I understand that's how I really become much more blessed in terms of, I bless myself in terms of, I'm blessed in terms of my life, in terms of I always make sure I'm much more present. I understand when I'm present, I understand I always have much more to deliver. I understand when I deliver something of really high quality, I give you information. I understand information is a product and a commodity information is a product and something of willpower also that does not lose. Otherwise, information in terms of that does not lose. Either way, I understand that no matter what, that every single word is I. Understand information is a commodity, that's something in terms of life that does not lose. In terms of that, in terms of I, does not lose. I understand that no matter what, your life must be more information, and your life must be a commodity in terms of the stock market that's going up only. Although, make sure you understand that the stock market in terms of crypto will never work. I promise you, you never get yourself into cryptocurrency, and make sure you understand that real estate is something that's really going downhill. You have to understand either way, you must understand that renting in terms of real estate is going up, but make sure you never own houses. You make sure that every single day you never work for money. You never work for anything else other than wisdom. Otherwise, wisdom and information work is the best kind of work in the planet, because that's how you really understand that anything that's giving ideas today is something worth it. Or else anything that's really giving you ideas today is something that's really going to make you thrive in life. But understand that it's really you. Or else anything that's you today, you must understand that either way you must be lifting yourself. I understand no matter what, you must be directing people to themselves, because when you go thyself every single day, you're going to be much more important, because anybody who's much more important is somebody who's driving them into themselves. You must be driving yourself into yourself. Otherwise, when you go into yourself, I over you. You understand? Otherwise, it must be you over I. Although, for myself, in terms of life, I must be saying I over you. You must understand, no matter what, that I'm always lifting thyself. I'm always making sure that those people around me have much more to give. Or else that's why I'm here. I'm making sure every single day I'm much more of what I need to be. I have to be something much more. I understand when I do that daily, I always make sure that what I have to give is something that I have always to understand that no matter what, I give you those ideas every single day. I give the nice people courage. I understand that no matter what, I'm always making sure I'm spiritual. I thank you surely. I thank you either way. To understand I have my eye. I love you all. Thank you. I understand no matter what, that when I go and realize that no matter what, you must understand I'm always much more. I understand no matter what, that I'm always making sure that I understand my nice, beautiful communication skills. I understand when I have my communication skills daily, I make sure I go and understand that no matter what I do, I live my life to the fullest. I live it to the fullest because I understand that nobody else can live my life for me. I have to understand I have to go get that knowledge. I have to understand I have to get the ideas. I mean, what kind of ideas can you give me? Or else I can give you 600 hours of video ideas. I can give you 31,000 quotes. I can give you 3 hours of journaling in terms of 3 years of journaling. I understand either way that over the next 72 years, I'll be able to say, I'll give you 72 years of journaling. I'll give you over 1 million quotes. I'll give you also many hours of videos. I understand either way that for the next 72 years, I can do 9 years of video work. I mean, just on video. I understand either way, that is something that's powerful. Or else that's something that goes into YouTube and into nice, beautiful online tendencies. And then guess what? People download your content and they start to educate themselves, because guess what? You have your own self-education program, because that's the new way to be. You have to understand that self-help is the best way. I realize it's not formal education. I realize it's not informal education. I realize it's self-help education. You have to understand to go get yourself a book in the library and be on your own time and understand, be alone and read. And really perform and really read, and don't be with your friends. I mean, don't be with your mom and dad. I mean, don't be with other people. I mean, be with yourself and you'll be successful. I understand other people are just taking away your time. I'm never with other people. I'm never with my dad. I'm never with my mom. I'm independent. I live alone. I'm interdependent. I manage other people now. I understand that my parents don't even know how to manage themselves. I can manage I. I can manage I. I understand they cannot even manage I. I mean, they cannot manage one word, I. You understand? Otherwise, I is one word. But understand no matter what, that you must be able to. You must be able to understand that independence and interdependence starts with I. And so does integrity. And so does inspirational people. And anything that understands I is inspiring. I understand anything that understands I understands an idea. I understand anything that keeps their word is integrity. And I is that. I starts with integrity. I understand either way, I is the most important word of the dictionary. I understand that when you go and label yourself as something in the dictionary, you do it with I. I understand I is something that really lifts people. I understand when you lift people, you'll be strong. You'll be vibrant. You'll be understanding positivity daily. You'll go on Google today and you understand personal development articles. You go on my YouTube channel today and you understand 600 hours of video content. Either way, I'm making sure every single day I go and inspire people. I understand either way, I'm making sure I go and lift people. I understand when I lift people, I just go and perform. I outperform myself daily. I make sure every single day I've got something to do. I have something to do all the time. I choose to do this. I choose to make sure I become rich. I understand when I become rich, I search for ideas. I just speak so much that I find the ideas. I find those ideas. I go and seek them out. I seek the information I need to succeed. I seek it from millionaires and from poor people and from everybody. You understand? I seek my information from everybody. Because everybody can teach me something. Or as a homeless man can teach me something about their life. You have to understand that when you go learn, or else they're going to say they made these mistakes. You stay away from those mistakes. I mean, that's how simple it is. Or else that either way, in my journal, or else in my journal, I have a nice, beautiful what you never do. I never go to KFC. I never go there because that's 40 minutes of my life. Or else by the time I go to KFC, I have 40 minutes extra of my life. I realize that time is your only valuable asset in terms of you. Or else you are your most valuable asset. Or to understand either way that time is something you need more of. So give less time to other people and start giving your time to yourself the most. I understand people get into a marriage and 10 years of their life, or else they're devoting it to each other, and then they break up. Or else 10 years is wasted. Or else either way, understand to be growing in that relationship with you the most. Or else you don't grow other people, you grow yourself. Or else I'm growing thyself here the most. Understand that those who understand my work today, understand that I'm giving you ideas, but you have to go and do this to yourself. Or else when you do this in terms of what I'm doing, you then will become much greater. You then will understand how you can public speak. But understand I can teach you how to public speak because I'm doing it. But understand either way, you must have the information anyway to drive you. Or else information drives people to do everything. Or else those who have information daily are the ones who are going to succeed daily. Understand that when you have no information anymore, you have passed away in terms of this life. But understand either way that you must understand to go and give that information and you'll never pass away. I mean, how can I pass away when this information is going to be here for eternity? Understand either way, you go and make an incredible world daily. Understand when you do that, you go to do something very nice and spiritual every single day. You go and make sure that what you have today is a nice, beautiful product, which is information. Understand, information is your most valuable asset. You must understand. You must understand everything that you ever need is information. You just go there, or else everybody else can go by the wayside. Because guess what? Understand that in 1 year from now, you must better your life. Or else in 5 years from now, you must better your life. But your life may look like the last 5 years in terms of the most recent 5 years. Your life may look like the most recent 5 years than the next 5 years in terms of life. Understand either way, understand that your most recent 5 years can look like the next 5 years if you don't change your life now. You must understand to change your life now because in the next 5 years, your life will be much better than how it was. Or else now, I never need you to be in the present tense in terms of the past tense. I need you to be in the present tense of life. Because anything that's really right now is understanding you must go and perform. You must go and outdo. You must understand that what you have in life is something that you can achieve. Understand that no matter what, you must understand that life is to be lived much better in the moments in I daily. Understand that no matter what, you just make sure you outperform yourself daily, and that way you understand ideas. You understand how to grow those ideas daily. Because when you do that, you always make sure that you're performing in a way that's very important. Understand when you're doing that daily, you're going to get those ideas. You're going to understand that no matter what, that when you're public speaking on the street, for example, you just make sure you go and do what you need to do because I understand I support you anyway. I support people I support everybody. I support people who love to grow. I understand when they love to grow, otherwise they'll go and do what I do. I understand when they do what I do every single day, I understand they love to communicate. You have to love to communicate. Otherwise, if you don't love to communicate, otherwise it means you never want to live life. Understand that those who really communicate daily are the ones who really are inspirational daily. Otherwise, they're the ones who are actually worth it. Otherwise, they're the ones who actually have the self-esteem daily. I understand that no matter what, you must keep pushing yourself to grow. You must understand that when you push yourself to grow, you have to understand to go and get yourself a nice beautiful water or something like that, and you put it where your portrait is, and then that way your portrait is less likely to fall while it's actually blowing wind. I understand either way that you guys can still see me, although guess what, I realize the time is now, otherwise it's almost 8:20, but I understand either way that it's still daytime over here. I understand it's still daytime over here, but guess what, I realize that's so important that you understand that no matter what, that information drives reality. And those who understand reality are the ones writing it down. Otherwise, anybody who's writing down their thoughts and their mechanisms on success and their philosophy and writing it down and recording it are the ones who have a legacy, and they're the ones who are great. Otherwise, if you want to be great, you have to write your philosophy down. You have to understand that philosophy is a psychology. And those who are psychology today understand how to read, and they understand how to understand everything. Because understand, your mindset is everything. Otherwise, mindset is psychology. Otherwise, mindset is everything in terms of philosophy. So understand either way, you must grow people through your philosophy. You must grow people through your ideas. You must understand that when you're really developing yourself, daily, I mean be spiritual in terms of life. I mean be making sure that everybody around you is feeding themselves with more knowledge and more in terms of material, in terms of information, because information is a commodity and it's something that really grows you. I understand when I grow people, I understand I grow thyself the most. I understand I always have more to go with. I understand I'm always making sure that what's happening around me is making sure that they are growing. I understand I'll go inspire people today. I'll go inspire people because that's what I do. I make sure everybody around me in terms of life has more, because I understand to grow thyself. I understand every single day I'll go into that communication signal. I'll go and give you those signals that you need to communicate about, but you need to be fast about your communication all the time. You have to understand that communication is like a trance. I realize communication is like a state of trance with Armin van Buuren. I understand either way, I go and support everybody. I understand either way, I go and make sure that everybody is promoting themselves daily. I understand either way, you must understand that music is like communication and it's really powerful. You have to understand music is something so powerful. So when you hear music today, you hear my public speaking. I understand either way, you must understand that when you go and public speak very fast, you're very interesting. Otherwise, if you talk slow in life, otherwise that people are just very bored with you. Otherwise that you must never be boring. You must be able to lift your communication skill all the time. So talking on camera daily is something that influences you daily to go and grow up, and also to be independent, and also to be interdependent, but making sure you're finding those techniques and also performing to outperform yourself so that you can understand to go and push thyself to grow. I push myself to grow with my emotions. I push my emotions to grow. I have so much energy, I can speak for the next 10 hours. I love to speak every single day. I love to really understand my communication technique, because I understand when I talk, I'm always much more walking the talk. I understand I walk my talk. I never just walk the walk. I never just talk the talk. I walk the talk. I walk what I say every single day. I always have that nice, beautiful dictionary. That is my vocabulary. And then I go into nice, beautiful Google Drive and I find it. And then I connect the words, because it's something very early to do. I understand that phones have just been around for 30 years. So I understand that no matter what, I go and really develop that skill of nice, beautiful interest in terms of social media, and go and every single day perform and outperform myself to go and give you those videos and audio products in my YouTube channel and Instagram. I understand I give so many ideas every single day, but understand that fashion is something new as well. I understand everything is new today, so I understand to never look at anything in the old aspect of life anymore. I understand the old aspects of life is something that you never need anymore, and it's your past habits. Otherwise, anything that's a past habit is an old thought form. Otherwise, anything that's an old thought form is not yours. Otherwise, anything that's new today is something that you develop. You develop yourself. You develop the strength that you need. You develop the vitality. You develop yourself to be 100 years of age. Otherwise, my grandpa, in terms of my Serbian grandpa, I realized either way, he went to 93 years of age. I realized either way, I realized he chose to live that long. Whereas other people choose to die earlier. But why? Because they're unaware. Or they're unaware of how to live longer. You have to go find that information about how to live longer, because there is no key solution other than growth. I realize growth is the best solution. So realize if you want to grow today, I realize it's your best choice. I understand it's either die or grow. I realize you must choose to grow. You must be Jesus Christ who grows. I understand either way, every single day, I make sure that I'm more spiritual and give you more information product. I understand when I give you more, I always gain more. I gain more freedom. I gain more of what I need. I understand when I give you more of a lecture in terms of this, I understand it's just something that's inspirational. I realize a lecture is something that grows you. I realize a lecture is information products. I realize a lecture is something that's just a teaching. I realize a lecture is something that's something in terms of life that's really a parable as well. I said no matter what, I realize every single word in the dictionary and every single sentence is I. I realize everything you ever see is I. So define it with I. I understand when I see many people around me, I just see I, because I understand I'm really simple like that. I don't need to count the numbers of how many people there are around me. I understand there's just I today. I understand it's so simple to just focus on I. I don't have to focus on the hundreds of people out there. I just focus on I, because everything is I. I understand that's how I really grow. I grow through spiritual intent. I grow through making sure I go have more courage and ability and strength and power and vigor and understanding, excellence every single day, and integrity and confidence and discipline. I go and be consistent about it. I understand now I have a trolley. I'm very powerful, because either way I never have to carry 20 kilos on me anymore. You have to understand either way. I understand I carry my body weight and that's it. I understand either way now I'm something much more than yesterday. Whereas now I can actually go and be much more. I can fold this trolley up and carry it with me as well. I understand either way that this trolley can go with me everywhere. Whereas I never have to carry my stuff anymore in terms of all my shoulders. I can carry it with my trolley. I can take it anywhere. But understand either way, it's very important for you to have a trolley when you're going a busking performance. In terms of you're doing a busking performance, a busking performance is a street performance. So when you're doing a street performance, understand to get yourself a trolley, because you're going to have speakers and you don't want to carry those speakers with you. Or else you want to carry it in a trolley. You want to carry those speakers in a trolley. You want to carry your shoulder bag in a trolley. You want to be able to go and carry shopping and food in a trolley and not on yourself. I mean, get yourself a trolley. I mean, it's something nice and it's really much smarter than carrying it yourself. I understand either way that when I go and do something smarter daily, I go and find those techniques. I go and find what I need and I make my life effective. I make my life more effective than easier. I never like to be easier on myself. I love to be much smarter on myself. I love to do what's smarter. I love to do what's more effective than easier. Or else everybody wants the easy road. But guess what? I don't want the easy road. I want a better road. I want to go the better road. I want to go and understand the best road. I realize sometimes the easiest road is not the best road. I realize sometimes I understand that no matter what, the simplest road is the best road. I realize even the simplest road can be the easiest road. But either way, I understand that I go the simplest way. I understand that either way, I make sure to grow. I make sure I grow thyself. I grow thyself through information. I understand I go the more effective route than the easier route. I go the I route. I go I. I'll go I today. I am very important. I have a dream. I love you. I know I. I love I. I understand I. I am integrity. I am positive. I am affirmations. I am something more. I is the first word. I is the last word. I is everything. I start with I and I end with I. I understand when I do that daily, I'm always outperforming thyself, because when I perform and outperform everything in life, I go and grow. I go and grow who I am. I grow every single day my courage. I grow my nice, beautiful confidence. I grow the individual I am every single day, because I understand I believe in thyself so much that I'm just great. I'm just great because I outperform. I go and outgrow everybody. I understand when I do that all the time, I'm making sure every single day that everybody is feeding those ideas, because I'm feeding those ideas all the time, because I'm inspirational. I understand everybody's inspirational who gives more, or else I give more all the time. I understand when I'm giving more, I boost my attitude in the process in front of people. I go do everything in front of people every single day. I thank you very much. I realize every single day, I'm always making sure that what I do every single day, I make sure I go and make sure to grow thyself in my confidence and ability and strength and courage, because I understand that nobody who loves you understands you except you. I understand every single day, you must understand yourself every single day to love thyself, which is yourself every single day, because nobody else is going to love you. I promise you, nobody else will love you except you. I promise you, everybody else is wasting your time except you. Or else either way, understand that you may be wasting your time the most. Or else it's either you're wasting your time today or you're gaining time. Or else which one is it? I'm gaining time today. I'm gaining my time. I'm gaining freedom. But what are you doing today? Or else how are you making your life progress forward? And how are you really developing yourself through communication? Because the best way to communicate is public speak in front of a crowd. Or else that's the best way. Or else now, do it on video while you're doing it. Or else now that's the best way. I mean, there's no other better way than having billions of people watching you public speak while people are recording you. I mean, that's the best way. And now I record myself all the time. I went on Instagram recently. I understand when I go on Instagram, I realize that there are so many women and people who are just taking photos of them. I understand that they are never taking photos of themselves unless they are in their house. Or else they have to be in their house for them to take a selfie of themselves. I understand either way, I go and brand myself around the world and I pick a nice beautiful background and I go and background it inside of my nice beautiful Instagram, and that's why my fashion model has over 12,000 photos of myself right now on Instagram. So either way, I pick out a nice beautiful background and I really record myself and I really do all the photos of myself. I don't go and give other people money to go and take photos of myself. I go and invest the responsibility to do it myself rather than giving other people money for that. Otherwise, now what am I giving? Otherwise, it's not really plastic money. I understand that no matter what, that plastic money is not the result into giving. Otherwise, that what the result is right now is understanding that service and anything that's really leading people and giving people information is the real plastic money giving. I promise you, plastic money in terms of outside tendencies and anything that's in the outside world does not help one to succeed and achieve their dreams. I promise you, it's all happening inside. I realize if you wanted to achieve your dreams, you look inside. You come inside, you go inside yourself, you find how to really do that. You have to understand that if I want to achieve my dreams, I never have to go to other people to achieve it. I have to go to myself. I have to go my way. I have to go inside my way. I have to go find that nice beautiful quota inside of myself and give it daily in terms of my life all day long. I have to give that nice beautiful idea, because I can never go to other people to ask them anything, because I have to ask it of myself first. I have to ask it of myself, because I'm much more important than other people. I ask of myself how to do everything. I never need other people in the first place. I can ask people other questions, I can ask people questions, but understand that what I do is ask myself questions all day long. Otherwise, when I do that daily, I'm always much more important. I'm always making sure that what you want in life is information. Understand, when you have information to give, you're going to be more successful. When you have to give it, you have to give it. I give 600 hours of video content right now on my YouTube channel and Instagram. You can find me at Danny Milivojevic. But guess what? Otherwise, every single day, I'm outperforming everybody in public speaking. I mean, have you ever heard anybody public speak better than me? I promise you, either way, I'm a very great public speaker. I understand that no matter what, that my communication skills is something that's really performing much greater than yesterday. I'm making sure that every single day that I have an idea to give, I make sure every single day I'm always convincing people more. I understand every single day I'm always making sure that my communication skills is something far greater than yesterday, because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to be greater. I understand when I do something greater and greater and greater, I go do my work even at night time. Because I understand I have to do my work. I have to do my work. I come here at 12 o'clock in the morning and I'll do my work. Because I still have lights over here. So either way, I make sure to go and perform. I make sure to go and obliterate my life in a better way. I understand no matter what, that I understand that my life is so important today that when I go and be on a video, I give you the information that you need. I give you that information daily. You can find me on Instagram, you can find me on YouTube, but make sure you understand I teach your crowd for generations. I teach your family, I teach everybody for generations to come, because I understand information goes down for generations. Just like Jesus' information is my information. I understand either way, the information is a commodity and that's what grows. I realize either way, understand that what you want in life you can get if you just understand you help people get it first. That's what Zig Ziglar says, but understand either way that it's the same product. I understand that what's the same product must be something different. I understand what must be different must be the truth. I understand the truth is also something that stays the same and also is different. Otherwise, now the truth can be used differently also. I understand either way that the truth the truth stays the same and is also different in the same way. I understand either way, you must understand that just because the truth is the same, you must grow into the truth first. You must understand that to grow into the truth, you must go and do something different daily. You must go outperform yourself daily. You must grow yourself daily. You must understand that what you want is what you can achieve as long as you write it down. Or if you want to write it down now, or else either way, I'm writing it down on my video. I understand when I write it down on my video, I always make sure I'm more confident about what I say daily, because that way I understand I achieve my dreams when I communicate that. I have to communicate what my dreams are first. And the more I communicate my dreams, otherwise the more I achieve my dreams. So understand that what you communicate daily is what you can achieve all the time. You can achieve your dreams and anything in life as long as you understand to just make sure to go and understand to go and street perform and do some buckskin performances all day long. I mean, go and understand to be in front of people and eat in front of people and get your soy milk out and have a little understanding of life much more. Understand either way, just make sure that you understand there is no time for a break, but understand you must be growing. I understand when I walk somewhere, I have a phone on me, I must be writing something down as I walk somewhere. Because when I write something, I write 50 ideas by the time I get somewhere. Otherwise those 50 ideas teach me something and you something. I don't like to just walk to anywhere in life without writing it down. I like to write it down as I walk along. I like to learn something on the go. I like to really be understanding. I have my phone on me, I write it down, I realize that's a nice idea, I just write it down. Or when I write it down, I teach someone with that. I teach someone with that idea. Or then I go and make more ideas in my journal, and then I go and practice in my journal this communication vibe, and then I go into a video. I go into a video then, and I practice what I've already taught. I practice already what I taught in a different way, because I understand either way that I can teach you anything as long as I write it down. Otherwise now, I understand that no matter what, the journaling is very important. Otherwise at certain times of the day, you have to be able to write something down. Otherwise at certain times of the day, you must understand that there is a time for video, and there is a time for quotes, and there is a time for journaling, and there is a time for audio also. Otherwise now, which one are you the most confident in? Otherwise, are you confident in writing, audio, or video? I mean, you can start anywhere. I started with nice, beautiful writing skills first. I started to write down first my communication skills, and then I started videos. I mean, then I started audios, and then I started videos. Alright, then I started 1 minute videos, and then I connect the videos together, and then I make these motivational videos. You can find them in my nice beautiful Instagram in terms of my YouTube channel also. Understand? I make these motivational videos, and they're 15 seconds each, and I combine it for 1 hour. Or every 15 seconds, you see a new type of saying and a new background of where I am around the world. Or you may see Adelaide in the background in the first 15 seconds, and then in the second 15 seconds you see Perth. You understand? And then I just go around the world doing these 15-second programs, and I connect it together into 1 hour. Or there's 1 hour bliss of information to help you. I understand now I can just stand around, I can just do my content, because I understand that what's important daily is understand that if you ever want to do something much better than a 9 to 5, you have to outwork it. You have to understand you have to work with yourself so much to understand that it's so worth it to never work to a 9 to 5 in the first place. I promise you, a 9 to 5 only gives you plastic money, and that's a resort to nothing. I promise you, plastic money is something that just is a waste of time. I promise you that nothing else helps you live life except for you. I promise you, nothing else loves you more than you do. So understand to love thyself, because understand that no matter what, that many people have passed away in terms of life where they're traveling around the world and music producers and also singing careers, and guess what? I realize they die at age 40 and they have fame. I realize now that's not the lifestyle either. I understand that what's the lifestyle is understand that just because you're famous doesn't mean you can die at 50. I mean, you can die at 40 even though you're famous, but make sure the real deal is live up to 150 and be famous. I mean, live to 150. I mean, let's go the long road, and let's not burn out at 40 years of age, and let's not burn out at 60 years of age. Understand, like Maradona, in terms of Diego Maradona, I understand no matter what, I love Diego Maradona. I understand no matter what, that everybody understands that he also is understanding that no matter what, you must also grow just like everybody. You must understand that no matter what, I'm always making sure that I'm much more. I understand when I'm much more, I make sure no matter what, they understand you learn from people's mistakes. You learn from anybody's mistakes. Because I understand many superstars today who have passed away earlier than expected. I understand either way, I love everything. I love everything. I'm just promoting every single day information products to help everything. I understand no matter what, I understand everything in terms of life because I know my I. I understand when I know my I understand how to help you because I love thyself. But if I love you more than myself, then I understand that's why I give you my time. I never give you my time in the first place because I never have to give you my time. Otherwise, my time is more valuable than you in life. Otherwise, if you got something to give me, you'll give it to me then. Otherwise, now, when you have something to give, you don't hold back from giving it. You just go and give it. You go and give it as much as possible. You go and give it to the world around you. You make sure you understand that anybody who's growing daily are people who are giving much more. So when you're giving much more than the rest of the crowd, I realize then you'll be successful. Understand, if you want to be successful, you have to outdo my 600 hours of video work right now. Otherwise, in 10 years' time, I'll have 12,000 hours of videos. Otherwise, it's that simple. But guess what? I understand either way, I'm making sure, no matter what, that I go and grow thyself. I make sure I go and grow those, I go and grow those ideas every single day. I understand I know my I go back to the I, and that's more enough. I understand no matter what, that I see what's happening in life. I understand that no matter what, that when you see, in terms of Diego Maradona, for example, you understand that every single day, that individual is someone inspirational. Why? I understand because I understand that because he is something famous that's really understanding every single day that when you go and really understand that legacy of his, you understand that no matter what, you also must reach it. You must reach that kind of popularity in life. I understand that's very inspirational. I understand no matter what, I'm just understanding that when I speak something from the mindset and the top of my head, I give it to you right away. But I understand I've got nothing against anybody, I have nothing against anybody, but I understand that what's important is great work. I understand when you have great work today, I understand you have courage, I understand either way, you must be blessed in yourself every single day to understand what freedom is. But I understand no matter what, just grow thyself. I understand it's getting night time now, but guess what? I understand you must go and grow up. You must mature yourself. You must understand if you want to be something popular in life, you have to go and outgrow thyself. You have to go and make sure you're communicating daily in a way that you understand that no matter what happens, you just make sure you're growing. Otherwise, when you're growing, you shall be free. You shall be understanding much more than yesterday, and that's how you understand I. I understand I is everything. I understand that when you're growing, understand yourself the most, and that's how you really be spiritual. And when you be spiritual, just make sure that really you understand how you finish. Or else when you finish something, you conclude it in a way that you understand your I. Understand when you understand your I, just make sure that confidence is courage, and understand no matter what, that I is everything. I is making sure that no matter what, you must know thyself. Understand when you know thyself, you know your I principle, and the I is the only I that you ever need in your I.